Who's ready for Caleb AM? Oh man.
Yeah, not our best work.
That's still good.
Yeah, not our best work. Oh, a little bit more.
Okay.
Right there. That's it.
That it? I think that's it. Caleb AM.
Remember last week when that went horrible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was bad. Wow, that was bad. Wouldn't you like to tell him that?
It's terrible, actually, I'd say.
Well, it's never terrible. We are still Caleb AM.
It's still Caleb AM, but I don't know. Doing Caleb AM dirty like that one, it just didn't
Yeah.
feel right.
Well,
It was my fault because my voice was out and I didn't, but so I'm sorry to the live audience and to the online audience. I'm sorry.
yeah.
My voice is back and better than ever.
Well, this is Caleb AM. My name's Caleb Griffin.
My name's Caleb
And
Ladd.
that's a show where we talk about. Oh, that was. How does it start?
Talk about Jesus.
It is start. Talk about Jesus. We talk about Jesus.
Just he's priority.
He's priority. I agree. I'm just.
No, it's just I
I
was on the viewers.
I didn't know if we if there was something before that, like we introduce ourselves or something. I got really confused.
Mm.
There's never been that. Now I know, but
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, I don't know. My brain just decided to die for 2 seconds. So, anyways,
Well, we can restart.
my name's Caleb Griffin,
My name's Caleb Ladd.
and this is Caleb AM, the show where we talk about Jesus.
We drink caffeine.
We answer a question,
Talk about life.
then we go to class.
We take an exam today.
You take an exam today.
You're not gonna take it?
Because it's now in my point in my strategic brand management class, attendance is mandatory because we're working on our projects, and so I have to go unless I'm sick. So I'm gonna take it Friday, since her office time is 2:30.
We were gonna take it, or I was gonna take it at 1. So big
well-
stinky poo poo.
I have an exam at 1:00 today. So
I don't want to take it at 2:30.
yeah.
Means I have to sit on campus until 2:30. But I'll probably go to Cliff. Listen to
Smart.
him. I listened to him for about a little over an hour yesterday. It was good. I have a question I want to ask him. So
I just got a text from my cousin. She was like, she sent me a screenshot of a TikTok and it was Cliff, like on the drill phone. She was like, "Cliff's at State?" I was like, "Yeah."
I need to go watch all the ones that are there because there's like no chance that Chase wasn't in one of them because he
Yeah.
was standing next to a dude that asked a question. And I feel like I'll be in the background of one of them because
Maybe.
I'm a pretty
You're
tall,
a tall guy. But yeah,
I've been sitting there like mewing and stuff. Not really.
I'm probably gonna go today because I have an exam, and I'm gonna get done with that pretty quick. So I'll probably head over there after that before my SBM class. But screw SBM. I thought I was gonna like it how it was like spaced out and where like you just had 2 exams at the beginning of the year and then the whole rest of the time was working on one project. But I hate it. I hate working with people I don't know.
We find out our groups on Thursday for Health Site.
Oh yeah.
So excited for that.
That project wasn't that bad for me and my group. We just banged it out one night.
I like
Presented
group
it.
projects if I get along with my group and know them and stuff.
Yeah.
I've had a couple group projects in school, and the most fun one was surprisingly in communications. We've been talking too much about our lives to not have
Let's talk
Talk
about
about
Jesus. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and get this. Oh no. That's not where I'm supposed to be.
Oh no. Not this
Here it is.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is Romans 7, verses 21 through 25. So stick with me, everyone, because it's going to change your life.
It's actually 5 verses. So.
Yeah. So I found it to...
Permanently on the internet now. There's a clip of me miscounting 21 through 25 and then having to do this.
21, 22, 23. Yeah, it's 4 verses, guys.
Oh man.
It's okay.
Read the Bible.
Okay.
Read the Bible.
So I find it to be a law that when I want to do right, evil lies close at hand. For I delight in the law of God in my inner being. But I see in my members another law waging war against the law of my mind and making me captive to the law of sin that dwells in my members. Wretched man that I am, who will deliver me from this body of death? Thanks be to God through Jesus Christ our Lord, so then I may serve the law of God with my mind, but with my flesh I serve the law of sin. So yeah, that was the verse. pretty heavy stuff. But I mean, it's kind of like
Good.
it's true in my life. Whenever I try to do good, I feel like there's always like something that's like, no, do bad things, and I'm like, break no. But sometimes I'm like, okay, fine, and then I'm like, and then I'm like super overcome with guilt and shame that I'm like, oh my gosh, I suck.
I'm a stinky.
But then there's Jesus to be like,
no.
I forgive you, and I'm just like, bless up. And then I don't want
Bless
to do
up.
bad things anymore because
Amen.
Jesus is all like, there's something better, bro. And I'm just like, frick yeah, there is. And then I still mess up,
That's true.
but it's okay. It
When I
happens.
get down, but I get up again. Yeah.
Any thoughts?
I like those verses, and I agree. I mean, you hear sometimes that like why would Satan really try to stop people that aren't doing the Lord's will?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I mean, I don't know. That's something that a lot of people don't think about a lot. That like Satan is real, and
Yeah.
he's actively trying to like ruin Christians' lives essentially, and he'll do anything he can to stop you. But and the times when you are like most actively pursuing Christ, I think are the times that he's going to be most present.
Yeah.
But if you are actively pursuing Christ, you know that he's not a threat, and you can go hit him with the right hook, uppercut, and then boom, he goes, oh, and he falls down, and you can kick him while he's down and bully him because he's Satan, he deserves it. Yeah.
What you gonna do about that, bro? You're underground.
Suck it.
Yeah. But
That was our most like drama reenacted Bible reading
Of course.
ever.
it was fun though.
I enjoyed it.
JJ just coughed himself awake. Anyways,
Good morning, JJ.
good morning, John James. Watch Caleb AM, John James.
I forgot the mics again.
It's okay.
I actually woke up thinking about it, and then I fell back asleep. Sorry, Andy.
Is Andy watching?
Probably not. He was awake pretty late last night playing Helldivers. I assume. I don't know. I never got on. I stayed at Prayer Burn a little late, talking. Caffeine?
Caffeine. What do you got today?
You go first.
Trying to be nice, but okay. I swiveled the wrong way. I got a razzle belly. What? What?
No, nothing. No.
What?
I'm not a fan of raspberry. And
Oh, I'm sorry.
so today, I'm not a big fan of raspberry. So today, I brought an interesting bang. My dad got it for me when he came down on Sunday. You missed my parents and Jordan coming
Yeah,
down.
okay. John James told me.
Um,
I'm at a softball game.
I brought the first ever bang flavor I tried. Do you want to guess what it is?
First one you tried. I feel like you've told me the story.
Listen to the birds chirp.
I'm gonna go with Rainbow Unicorn.
You were on the right track.
Was I?
Yes, because not really.
Oh.
Kind of. You were on the right track in the story.
Okay.
It was Radical Skedaddle,
Radical Skedaddle.
which I actively dislike.
Hmm.
Fourth least favorite flavor, I think. So I'll tell the story.
So is that why you're upset that I brought a rain that you weren't a
Yeah.
big fan of? Because you're
Yeah, because I'm
Radical
drinking this.
Skedaddle.
My Rainbow Unicorn is in the fridge, but I want to drink this on Caleb Ham so people can see. Because it's a kind of popular flavor. At least it was like a long time ago. So first time I ever tried Bang, I was with Daniel, and I was telling him I'd never had an energy drink before. If you never had an energy drink before, don't start with Bang.
Don't start with any energy drinks. Just save yourself.
Yeah, actually, save yourself. Don't drink
Don't
energy
drink
drinks.
energy drinks.
Because
Freaking
you'll never have energy again.
freaking ruin my life.
Yeah, for real. But if you're going to, start with something that has less caffeine and work your way up. Don't start with 300 milligrams of caffeine. That's too much. That has 300.
It does.
But so yeah, Daniel. I was like, I want to try Bang, and Daniel was like, oh, I love Bang.
Bang is bang.
Bang is bang. I bang. Banging's banging. And then we go to Walmart, and he was like, you need to get Rainbow Unicorn. And so he got himself a Rainbow Unicorn, and I picked up a Rainbow Unicorn of my own. And the Rainbow Unicorn and Radical Skedaddle cans used to be very similar. They've changed now, obviously. But they were both like pink and blue. But the only difference really was like the blue was a little bit darker on Radical Skedaddle, and it had white letters instead of yellow letters. But this was early banging, so I didn't bang and know, man. And so and it was sitting in the middle of the Rainbow Unicorn case, and so I just picked up a random one from the Rainbow Unicorn case, the same one Daniel got his Rainbow Unicorn from. And I'd already picked up a different one, looked at it, but there was a scratch on it. I was like, no, I want my first can to be nice. And so we go check out, get in the car, I pop it, start drinking. I'm like, I looked at him, I was like, and he opens his, he's like, this is so good. I'm like, let me try yours. And I try his, I'm like, yeah, that is really good. And I try mine again, I'm like, there's something wrong with this one. He's like, no, let me try that. He was like, no, that's okay. And he tried it again. He's like, actually, that's really bad. And he looked at the flavors like, this isn't Rainbow Unicorn. And I was like, yeah, this is disgusting. And then I proceeded to pour the entire thing out. And this is where my can collection started, because I jokingly got upset and threw the can in the back of my car. And then from there, every can I've ever gotten, besides like 3, have gone into the back of my car. Well, eventually will. There's like 30 cans in my house right now because me and Daniel haven't banged it out lately.
Yeah.
But yeah, Daniel did make it up to me because he felt bad for making my first flavor terrible. He went and bought me a Rainbow Unicorn.
Nice.
And delivered it to my house the next day.
Nice.
Very kind of him.
Good. It's a classy move.
Yeah, so that's how I got into Bang. I'm not excited about drinking this today because I don't like it.
Maybe I'll like it.
Maybe you will.
I don't think I've had Radical Skedaddle.
Maybe it got better. I mean, it's possible.
This flavor is growing on me a lot.
Delicious Strawberry Kiss has gotten infinitely worse.
That's
so
true.
maybe-
I'm so upset about that. That was like the one.
Have you tried it since they got these cans? Because it got worse.
I'm not trying it. It's like it was the one strawberry anything I ever liked in my life, and they took that away from me. I've not bought a Bang since they changed Strawberry Delish Kiss because I'm just like, no, I'm done. Screw you guys. Is it bad?
It's not. Yeah, it's just such a dumb flavor.
It smells intriguing. Does it say like what it's supposed to be?
Nah.
No. Okay.
It's like, I don't know how to describe the palate feel. But when the flavor kicks in, it's just like...
I've tasted something like this before.
Yeah. It tastes like some type of medicine.
No.
It tastes like the chewable...
Okay, that's not what I was going to say.
The chewable headache medicine.
To me, you know that powder stuff you would get like at museum gift shops and stuff, and you get a tube?
Yeah.
That's what this tastes like to me. And I like it. I'm here for it.
Ugh.
Okay. It got worse.
You always got to double sip Bangs because I didn't want to throw up the first time I tried natural Froze Rose or a whole lot of chocolate.
Dude, natural Froze Rose, screw that drink, dude. That's the worst. That's worse than whole lot of chocolate. That was the worst thing I ever put in my mouth.
The only thing lower than
Screw
whole lot of
that.
chocolate on our Bang tier list is natural Froze Rose. Like that
It
is.
sucked.
I remember I had that and I was playing Overwatch with Daniel and I kept taking like tiny sips and I was like, "Hey Daniel, I got this natural Froze Rose. I don't think it's as good." He was like, "Can't be that bad." And I had 2 of them, so he came over the next day to try it, and we were sitting there like taking big gulps and like almost puking in my sink. Like it was so bad.
Yeah, dude. If I ever want to torture myself, like if I feel
Dude,
like
sometimes I'll get bad flavors just to drink them. There's some that I would never do that with, like a Red Bull or a Monster.
whole lot of chocolate.
Whole lot of chocolate is such an interesting thing to me. Like, I say it all the time. I think every human being should be forced to try a whole lot of chocolate.
I want to know who
Just know it can get worse.
I don't know who thought it'd be a good idea to make a chocolate carbonated drink in any capacity. Not
Definitely
just as an
somebody
energy
that
drink,
got fired.
But like, well, they couldn't got any fire. They still make it. Someone also had to approve that idea and be like, yeah, we like. I will say one of my favorite bangs I've ever had that I haven't tried in a long time was Daniel had a coffee birthday cake one.
Mm.
It was very good. Like, I've never been in, like, the Monster Javas, like, I don't like. There's another coffee energy drink that I can't remember who made it, but it was also bad, so I've never been into it, but that one was good. It's frick. It's
crick.
Good as frick. Yeah, so I like that one a lot. Makes me want to try the other coffee ones, but
The cookies and cream coffee one was okay. There was one, I don't remember what it was called, but it was in a Mocha Madness, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Like, absolutely terrible. Disgusting.
you know.
But the cookies and cream one was fine.
I usually just don't like cold coffee unless it's frozen. Sometimes I'll get my thing, if it's hot outside and I get coffee, I'll get it iced just because I don't like drinking hot stuff when it's hot outside. But I don't know. I prefer my coffee either frozen or hot. That's just me.
That's fair.
Because frozen, it's like ice cream basically. But it's like a big milkshake. And you're just like, and there's whipped cream and
Yeah.
stuff.
I do like myself a Frappuccino.
Yeah.
Alright.
Let's poll. Man, this thing is. Let's go. It's the best raspberry I've ever had.
It's the worst raspberry I've ever had.
Frick you. It's making me happy. I was upset when I bought it last night because, okay, so I got in bed at like 9:30. I was productive all day yesterday. I was super proud of
That's like
myself.
right before I left Prairie Bird.
I did a bunch of homework, studied, finished my video. I did a bunch of good stuff yesterday. I think I took like a 30-minute break for supper and I watched an episode of Scrubs and I did nothing else besides like put in work for stuff. So I was happy with myself. And I went to bed at 9:30 and then I'm laying in bed and I'm like, I don't have an energy drink for tomorrow. So I had to get up and get dressed.
Should have called me.
Drive to the gas station. I didn't think about that. And the only thing they had at the 76 was that they had 3 cans of that. And that was it. And I was like, oh, frick. Because at the freaking Pod Market where I could have spent my flex instead of spending money, they had the sour gummy worm, they had rainbow sherbet, they had white gummy bear orange cream. So they had everything that morning. And I was mad at myself. But now I'm okay with it because that's tasting really good right now. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just want to tell this story. Go ahead.
So every week we do a little poll here. It was on Caleb's Instagram last week. We posted on our Instagram the day before Caleb Am. And then the next day we answer it. We do like a little this or that question. Sometimes there's 3 things. Sometimes we do tournaments. I almost did 3 things. I almost did the triathlon question, but I didn't. I went with the bacon versus sausage.
I like this question a lot.
Because I realized that we never did it, and we had talked about doing it a bunch of times. I was like, you know what? Today's the day.
Today's the day.
And I'm thinking,
day.
when we get back from spring
Is
break, we
today.
should start the planet tournament.
I was thinking about doing that over the summer, but then
You're right, we should do it over the
Yeah.
summer. That makes more sense. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
I took care of it, everybody. Anyways,
So, yeah, the poll this week was sausage versus bacon. And I was really surprised to find out that there wasn't a sausage emoji. It just seems like there should be.
There should be a sausage.
Seems so
emoji.
obvious.
Yeah.
There's been a bunch of polls lately where I've been like, why is there not?
I feel like sausage is one of like the most popular breakfast meats.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's interesting.
There wasn't a playing card. I don't think
They do have like the spade.
They do have the spades and stuff.
Yeah.
There wasn't a. There also wasn't like a board game thing either. There was like a chess piece, I think. But I was expecting like a little sorry piece. Maybe that's like trademarked or something. I don't know.
Probably.
But yeah, so we have sausage versus bacon. I'm not going to give any thoughts on it. Mr. Griffin's going to give his thoughts, and then he's going to guess what he
Yes.
thinks the voters
All right.
went, and then that will be the definitive answer on which is better, sausage or bacon.
Yeah. Okay, I'll start with this. I like sausage. I like that it has different forms. I personally prefer in my sausage either summer sausage or the little tiny patties, not the big ones. Like the big fast food sausage patties, they're gross to me. But I like the little like tiny patties that you can buy.
The ones that are about this big.
Yes. And then I also like the links. The links are pretty good. But come on, guys. I mean, it's going up against bacon. I mean, not many things in life lose to bacon.
Would I lose to bacon?
Yeah,
That's
I would lose to bacon. I mean, it's bacon.
That's fair.
I'm just joking. You wouldn't lose to bacon. I haven't. And I was thinking about this on the poll. I haven't had bacon in a long time, and
I had bacon a
I'm
couple
upset
days ago.
about that. But bacon is bacon. To put it into a quote, we were talking about this at my work one day, and Mark. I don't know if I've ever talked about Mark on the show. He says a lot of funny things, but we were just talking about food and everything, and Mark goes, "You know what? This is how I feel." And Caleb, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but like the whole purpose of life is bacon. And that was his quote. And I just like that he looked at me and said, "You can correct me if I'm wrong, but the whole point of life is bacon."
He chose you.
Yeah. So.
Nah, that was the ministry opportunity, bro. He called you out. Could have been like, nope.
Nope.
Jesus.
Jesus. But it cracked me up when he said that. But you know, like really good bacon is one of the best foods to ever exist.
That's true. I hate when people are like, bacon's overrated. Shut up.
No, it's not. It's freaking bacon.
Shut up.
I have grown out of it, but bacon used to be my whole personality. Like when I was in 4th grade, I had a shirt that said "I heart bacon." I had like bacon themed objects in my room. The mug that I used every single day said "I heart bacon." I got bacon themed gifts in my stocking for Christmas because bacon was my personality.
Not a bad personality.
Loved bacon. I still do love bacon. I have since matured because this was like 4th grade. I've since matured and realized that I probably shouldn't put my personality in a breakfast food, but I love bacon.
Yeah, that's
Bacon-
fair.
Bacon's really good, so I do think most people agree with that. I think bacon wins. I'm not sure how much of a landslide it is, and I'm sure I'm going to be wrong when I say this, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways because bacon is bacon. I'm going 73-27 bacon.
Hold on one second. Keep talking.
And so, yeah, like bacon is bacon. I love bacon. I don't agree with Mark that bacon is the whole point of life. Bacon is bacon. Like, man, like bacon is. Whenever I'm eating my pancakes and I get some syrup on my bacon, the bacon's still good.
All right.
Whenever I get some egg with my bacon,
Dude,
it's
no.
good.
I love syrup and bacon. I started my quote book back, and I thought the "I shouldn't put my personality in a breakfast food" was a really, really good quote.
Okay.
Well, I'm not opening Instagram again because I forgot about to go through that thing. But I remember it.
Okay.
You should have gone with your gut, man. You should have kept it going. You know it's bacon.
I said bacon.
Yeah, but I'm talking about how big of an upset. Not an upset, how big of a
Gap?
gap it was.
Was it a bigger gap?
90 to 10.
Wow. Yeah!
Amen, bacon.
Go bacon.
Good job, bacon. I'm in the same
No
boat.
question.
Bacon was never my personality.
Yeah.
But I did love bacon to the point where like I did get bacon gifts every once in a while, but it wasn't like that type of bacon. I think bacon is perfect.
That's perfect, man.
It stands on its own
Mm-hmm.
and elevates so much stuff.
Oh,
Like you
yes.
can put bacon in your pasta,
Oh,
on your
goodness.
burgers,
Sandwiches?
sandwiches. Like I can't
This is a good point. I didn't even think about
I
this.
can't eat
Great point.
my stuff anymore. Bacon worked hard for this. Another round of applause for bacon.
Bacon.
Like I don't eat burgers or
Unless
sandwiches anymore unless there's bacon.
Bacon?
on them.
That's fair. I didn't even think about this point. That's an excellent point. Like, sausage doesn't elevate anything. Well,
Yeah,
that does.
pizza, but I don't like sausage pizza. I'm not a sausage guy in general. So
Sausage and gravy's good. I shouldn't have said that about sausage. I'm just a bacon fan. But
It's
bacon
just-
elevates.
he's excited.
I don't put bacon on anything, and I guarantee you, it does. If it doesn't make it better, it definitely doesn't make it worse.
It's like cheese, but also it stands better by itself. Like, I mean, I can eat cheese by itself. I don't mind doing
I don't
it.
like eating cheese by itself unless it's.
It
like,
depends on
maybe
the cheese.
Maybe if it's liquid, and I can just
I don't know. I think that would gross me out. Some of the cheese that they sell in like the little small packages that are meant to be eaten by themselves. Yeah, I can eat that by myself. But like, I ain't gonna peel the cheese off my burger and eat it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do that. But I could do that with the bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when the bacon falls off, I don't even bother putting it back in the burger. I just
put some bacon on some cheese fries. Oh my goodness!
Oh!
You have a meal, whole meal. Put bacon in a peanut butter milkshake. You'll be shocked. That crap is so good. Like the best thing Sonic ever did was the peanut butter bacon shake. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how gross it may seem to you. Don't knock it until you try it, because that thing is thinging. It is so good.
That thing stay thinging.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if Colton has had it. Maybe he can confirm or deny the peanut butter bacon
I think
shake.
he's talked about it before.
I love the peanut butter bacon shake. It's not my favorite milkshake, but it's great.
Maple bacon
Oh
donuts.
my gosh.
Bacon, guys.
Bacon.
I feel like I'm upset as if bacon just lost, but I'm just impassioned.
It's bacon. I feel like we should put bacon. We should go back and put bacon against every single winner that we've had,
Bacon would probably win.
and see how many times bacon wins. I think just because of not personal bias, of people's bias, I think people would pick Chick-fil-A over bacon.
Chick-fil-A would win over bacon.
But I'm thinking I would put guitar over bacon. I don't know if I'd even put chicken over bacon. Like, chicken's my favorite food, but I don't know. That's tough.
That's a tough one. I think movies would win over bacon just for the entertainment value of it.
I just noticed we have salty and salt.
Well, we did salty versus sweet foods,
Okay.
and it was salt versus pepper.
Okay.
I actually looked at that the other day when I was going through. I couldn't remember if we had done bacon versus sausage. I was like, I don't think we have.
I don't know if I could put sweatshirt or bacon over sweatshirts.
As somebody that's actively wearing a sweatshirt,
Yeah.
that would be pretty tough.
What did Colton say?
TBH, you can't remember a time bacon has let me down. I haven't had the PB and bacon shake. Though.
Okay.
They need to bring it back. Because me and Colton are left in the dark.
They
here.
did for
I
a
feel
little
like
bit,
we're missing
and they
out.
got rid of it again, which that was pretty recent too. But I remember when me, my mom, and my sisters, we lived in West Point. We would every weekend. This is like when we lived in West Point when we stayed with my grandmother after my grandfather died. Rest in peace, Pop. But we would play Phase 10 on the weekends, like every Friday or Saturday night, just depending. We'd play till like 11 o'clock at night. But we would start at like 6:30, and then when 8 o'clock rolled around, Sonic used to do, I don't know if they still do it, they did the half price shakes after 8 p.m. I don't know if they still do that or
I
not.
don't know. They do
But-
the half price drinks on the Apple Day, or they have happy hour.
Yeah, which we used
I don't
to
know
do.
if shakes count as drinks. I know they don't on the app.
Yeah. And I guess they still don't, but there was a time where they did half price shakes after 8 p.m. And so me and my mom and my two sisters would go to get the half price shakes at Sonic. After 8, we'd take a break from Phase 10 and go get shakes, and we'd come back and play more Phase 10. And this is back when they had like 50 different shake flavors. And they had a peanut butter jalapeno, which
That
that
sounds
sounds
nasty.
gross. But so did the peanut butter bacon, but it wasn't. And I would always get the peanut butter bacon shake, and it rocked my world. Like, it was so good. That was my story about the peanut butter bacon shake again. But yeah, we can move on from bacon if you like.
We don't ever have to move on from bacon, but
We should just make a new show called Things
Bacon
You Can Do
Engine.
with Things You Can Do with Bacon. Each week we do something different.
go back to the good old days when me and Colton would cook a meal once a week. We typically always would just include bacon.
Yeah.
Like whether or not bacon made, I think every meal we ever made had bacon in it.
It's not a bad thing. The ultimate grilled
The ultimate grilled cheese was good.
You guys did the pasta,
Alfredo,
the Alfredo with
ultimate
bacon.
Alfredo.
If you put bacon on anything, you can just call it ultimate. The cheese fries at Obi's are called
They're called
ultimate
ultimate
fries
fries, yeah.
because they have bacon.
They have some good cheese fries.
That's insane. It's insane to me how like satisfied I am with a plate of fries, bacon, and shredded cheese. Not even like queso type cheese, but just shredded cheese that is melted on top of the fries with bacon. That's insane.
I might need
how
to celebrate today by getting
good that
a
is.
bacon meal.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. Just Like, and that's the thing. Like, it used to be a big debate for me, like crunchy or chewy bacon. Now I just don't care. Bacon's bacon, crunchy or chewy. I'll take.
I prefer crunchy.
I do too. Thank
I
you.
like mine a little crispy.
People used to.
But I'm
hate
not a big
that.
fan of chewy meats.
Yeah.
Like I don't like when I have the gum texture in my mouth,
Fair.
which isn't typically an issue with bacon, but it is with steak. We need to cook more bacon. I made some the other week in the oven, and it was some of my best work on this earth.
In the oven, interesting. You bake
That's how
bacon.
that's how my mom does it. It's oh, it's good.
It's good. Yeah. So for the thumbnail this week, I tried to find
I didn't see the thumbnail.
a waffle. I put it inside a Waffle House because normally they ask you sausage or bacon for your meat.
Dude, when I go to Waffle House and I hear that question, people say sausage. I
get mad.
I feel dirty.
Yeah.
I already feel dirty because I'm in a Waffle House. I love Waffle House, but like,
As you can see, that's the thumbnail. What I tried to do originally was to get a Waffle House picture, a picture of a Waffle House waitress, and I was gonna put your face on it and put an air bubble that said bacon or
bacon.
sausage,
something.
and I could. The Photoshop looked really bad,
Oh, you
so-
should have left it.
so I didn't.
Think about how many random clicks that would have got.
Yeah. What are these stuff? And then when they click on it, we're past the bacon sausage debate. We were talking about our week. People are like, what the frick is this?
It's always funny to me when people, like at church or something, like they would ask me like, so why was the video called like
Yes.
sun versus moon? It's like
Because that's what we
because
debate.
that's what we debated, or not even debated. That's what we talked about.
Yeah.
It's like
We don't debate often.
it's rare that we have a differing opinion,
Yeah.
and if we do, it's like not a big one.
Yeah.
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 I think one of the only times that I can remember us having a differing opinion looking at this was
Christmas?
the Christmas
Yeah.
songs one. But that makes sense because we were against each other.
I think there was. What was guitar against? Piano?
Piano. I think I might have said piano,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I'm kind of like they're both just beautiful instruments, and I could listen to either one of them.
Yeah. Speaking of beautiful instruments, Jacob Collier's new album came out, and it's brought me to tears twice. And I hate that. I've cried 3 times this week. I'm not a big crier. Like, I don't cry often. And I've cried 3 times this week. And not because anything bad has happened, because of 2 songs and a TV show, I have cried 3 times this week. And it's really making me mad. And it's only Wednesday.
I teared up twice, and then I cried like 3 or 4 times at Prairie Burn last night. I like essentially started crying yesterday, which I'll get into that now.
Yesterday was a beautiful day. You will never guess what happened yesterday. Take one guess.
I'm trying to remember yesterday. I mean, you went to Prairie Burn. Was that it?
I love Prairie Burn, but no.
This isn't about Prairie Burn?
This is outside of Prairie Burn. This is a really big lifetime.
Did Jack have his child?
Jack had his child.
Go Jack!
Little baby Annalise is in this world, and I'm an uncle now.
Annalise is her name?
Yeah.
That's such a pretty name.
Her initials are AMC, like the theater.
Was that intentional, or did you just make that connection?
No, he made a joke like 2 months ago about it, and so now if we're texting, instead of spelling out Annalise, we normally would say AMC.
Yeah.
But I love the name Annalise, so
Great name.
I want to name my daughter Elise one day. So he kind of stole that from me. Now I can't do it
I
anymore.
want to name my daughter Winter. I'm just kidding. That was an AJR reference. Jackson's a... Not Jack.
Go Jack! I'm proud of him. He did all the work. Oh, Caroline never hears this. Yeah, I was in my Japanese class, and then Jack texted me and Andy. He said, "Caroline's about to push y'all. Pray up." And so I
To push y'all.
yeah.
Oh, y'all.
Oh no, y'all.
Sorry.
And so I shut down the Japanese class to pray real quick, and
Yeah.
I was like, I just sat there and I was like, I don't know if anybody noticed, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
And then it was like towards the end of my Japanese class, and for the rest of my Japanese class, I was just like, I don't care anymore. We got to get out of here. And I'm sitting there, and we ended up going late, and I was sitting there like, and my friend asked me a question. I was like, I'll be honest, my friend's having a kid right now. I can't pay attention anymore. It's 11:51.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Bye, guys.
And he was like,
That's what
oh, that's awesome. And I was like, yeah, a little bit. And then I went and I was just sitting on my phone, and I was listening to Cliff while I was waiting for Jack to text me.
Congratulations, Jack.
I didn't find out until I got home. Like, as I was pulling back in, he texted me. And then I teared up, and I was because he sent me a picture of him and his child, and I was like, it's crazy. I've literally known you for like 15 years, and you have a child.
That's insane.
Like, that's wild.
That is crazy to think about.
That's crazy.
That is cool.
And I'm the child's uncle, according to Mr. Jack. Like,
Think about like how much less blood that baby has in her body than us. That's not crazy to you?
I
Like,
mean,
if you had the amount of blood the baby had in your body, you'd die.
you die. Yeah.
And where does the blood come from as they grow up? Like, how do they get more?
That's all I got for you.
I mean,
That's all I
that's
got.
crazy.
We've been learning about.
I'm
Like-
sorry if that took a weird turn.
We've been
That
learning.
was cool. I thought.
We've been learning about like pregnancy and stuff, and we just gave birth to our child in developmental site. So, yeah, it's been cool.
Development.
It's been kind of cool to like hear all the things with birth, and I keep making jokes with Jack about how I'm his birthing coach because I know everything because I've taken the class.
Yeah. Should have asked if you could keep the placenta.
I should have. Would have been awesome.
Jack, can I please have it?
Jack, I think my teacher would love to use this as as an illustration.
One of my students gave me his friend's
Placenta.
wife's placenta.
But yeah, Jack is with child. That's the high of my week.
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday was just a great day.
Yeah. Good.
Still stressed the freak out about leaving for my Spain trip because I've got no freaking clue what's happening, and I'm nervous and I'm scared,
I'm scared.
and I have to work Thursday night, and I'm just
That's not good.
so not looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I texted in the group chat with 4 students at Mississippi State. Well, one of them's graduated, but he's still a student worker. And none of them answered, like asking if they could take my shift. I know they saw that. I hate, just tell me no.
Yeah.
Just say no. I hate when people don't respond.
I do too.
Because it's like, I know you saw the message. Like,
Yeah.
you're on your phone.
All you gotta do is say no.
Just say, sorry, I can't.
Yeah.
That is infinitely better. Because now I'm going to have to resort to texting my boss and saying, oh, Jack just snapped me.
Is it a picture of child? No.
No, it's him tired.
I'm sure he's tired.
I'm going to tell him that I just told Caleb AM.
The Caleb AM audience knows.
It was really, really cool in my, on the journal app on my phone, whenever I do it, I write, prayer requests at the bottom. I normally keep them brief.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been writing Jack and Caroline lately. And then I wrote out Jack, Caroline, and Annalise. And it was like, whoa, that feels crazy. And I'll randomly just think, holy crap, that is Jack's child. That's just
That's crazy.
It was funny though. He texted me yesterday. He was texting me and Andy, and we're celebrating with him and stuff. And then Andy was like, "I'll be there in 1.5 years probably," and I was like,
Andy, slow your roll, man.
I mean, he is married.
He is married, but he's still in Jack Slender. I don't like that.
What?
He's still in Jack Slender.
Oh, well, I think he was making a joke.
I know he was making it. I was making a joke.
Oh,
too.
sorry.
No, it's okay.
I think he's
It
gonna
wasn't
wait
funny.
longer than that anyways, because Annie Grace is going back to school, and I don't think she wants to
Go around school.
miss a
with
month
child.
of school and then a year of school
Yeah.
because of giving birth. So, but yeah, and then Jack said something like how he was like, "Dude, it's the most incredible feeling. Y'all just gotta experience it for yourself."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, I'm not there yet. I've got a few steps to get through before I'm at that point." Thanks, Jack. Yeah, you just ruined everything. Now I just didn't care about the baby anymore. So, just kidding.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You're an uncle though. That's pretty cool.
I'm so. Well, I was joking.
Oh.
like I'm beyond excited.
Yeah.
I have no
I was trying to cheer you up.
I have no sadness about this. It's incredible, and I mean I've been praying about it, and the relief I feel that
everything healthy, everything good.
you said that Annalise had a fever, which is apparently like pretty common for babies to have a fever like right out the womb. So besides that, yeah, everything's healthy. You sent me a few baby pics, and they're all so adorable.
Can I see?
I'll show you a baby picture.
I want to see baby Annalise.
That was Andy's reaction.
Aww. Aww. Aww.
That was the first one. He just sent that.
That's so pretty.
Yeah.
Such a pretty baby. Congratulations, Jack.
Congratulations to Jack. He seems very excited
He's a dada.
He's a dada.
That's crazy.
He seemed excited. He just snapped me back that I told Caleb AM, so.
Imagine being like, in 20 years from now, that child's gonna be 20.
Dude, I know.
That's crazy.
I was thinking
That's insane.
I was thinking last night about how like eventually I'm gonna like me and Andy will be there or something, and I will be explaining to her that she calls me uncle, but I'm not related to her.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about how old she would have to be for that to make sense to her, and I'm like, holy crap, I'd be like almost 30. That's crazy. That's wild.
That's like me, like, so.
That's crazy.
The guy I call, he's my Uncle Chad. He's actually not my uncle, he's my great uncle, but I just call him Uncle Chad. And I was 13 before I figured out why that was. So, you're gonna be like 33.
That's what I'm saying.
That's insane. Well, she might be smarter than me. She might understand it at like 9.
She's a genius, baby. Let's be honest.
I mean,
She's a day one, like for real.
she already took her ACT and she made a 36.
I'm
She's
so
been alive.
upset.
She's been alive for one day. She already's got a full ride to Yale. It's insane.
Yeah, her first words out of the womb were just quoting the entire Bible. It was crazy.
She
She came out with "in the beginning."
She explained Einstein's theory of relativity.
She actually proved gravity wrong.
As you can see, Father.
See? Whoa! You can just turn it off according to her theoretical.
She solved the mystery of the missing
Theory.
flight of Malaysia 347. She knows where it is. Did not
Bermuda
tell her.
Triangle doesn't exist anymore.
She discovered it.
My dad has a buddy I used to call Uncle Brian, and it took a while for me to realize he isn't actually my uncle. Yeah, that'll be Annalise one day. And yeah, I don't know. It was like it hit wildly last night when I thought about that. I was like, that is.
You know, there needs to be a term for like super close friends that's not uncle, because I feel like that's mean to actual uncles
Yeah.
who are actually related. There needs to be like a term, like a different one, where you can be like, "Hey, brother Caleb," like I don't know, but
Hey, homie.
like there needs to be some term for like really close friends, in my opinion.
We'll have to come up with one.
We'll think of one, and then we'll get like a penny every time someone says it, and then we'll be rich.
I like that.
Yeah, we'll copyright it. Well, congratulations, Jack.
Congrats, Jack.
Next one I'm about to talk about, even less important than it was. But
Yeah, that's how I text Jack about a lot of stuff, and there were several things yesterday that happened that I wanted to text him about. And I was like,
he just had a kid.
he just had a kid. I don't.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
We don't gotta talk. I don't gotta talk about this yet. Well,
I'll give it a couple years.
even cooler than Jack's baby, I got 4 new comic books this week.
Oh, let me tell Jack. Hey, Jack, I just really don't care anymore. Don't keep me updated about the baby.
We don't.
We got some comic book stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about comic books now. I'm just checking.
Oh my gosh. Oh my, Jack, don't say. Oh my gosh.
But
He
yeah,
just used some very choice words.
the baby could pick up the phone and just
Listen, buddy.
listen here, pal.
You might not want to say those things again.
This is my universe, and you're just living it. Okay. But yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
Gang War is over now. This
How
was
did it end?
that was pretty stupid.
I figured. That's a cool cover, though.
It is a cool cover. It's better than this one.
Who is this?
Madam Mask. She's a underground villain or underground crime.
Now that I look at it, his mask looks goofy.
Yeah, this is the. I'll show you the coolest cover in Gang War so far, and this isn't even a Gang War. It's a variant cover, so it's a Gang War comic, but it's this one. But it doesn't have like the Gang War logo on it. Is this one? Spider-Man's just eating himself a burrito in a gas station and kicking people's butts who try to rob the gas station. This is my favorite one. I'm probably gonna bag it up and replace it with one of the top 3 up there, but
I'd get rid of the top left.
top left. Okay. You're probably right.
Top
But
right's the coolest of the 3. It goes ascending order.
the Dark Web one, which is the middle one, is just cool because it's a take on a classic cover from a
Yeah.
long time ago, and it's the video game characters. But yeah, so
Is this the
basically,
end?
yeah. Danny was in this one, which was cool because I like Danny. But I hate Spider Boy. Stupid character they added.
Introducing Star Spider. I don't know who Randy is, but he's awake.
Iron Fist. Or that's a different. That's Randy Robertson. I meant Danny. But
Yeah, I know who
Did
Danny
I
is.
say Danny the first time?
Yeah.
See, and this is what makes me so mad.
I was talking about this.
So-
it ends with Randy waking up.
That was okay. Randy's pretty cool. He's Robbie Robertson's son. He's like Spider-Man's best friend now. But basically, Madame Mask figured out how to use superpowers, or not superpowers, magic, and she like hypnotized a bunch of people, including her father, who started the gang war by trying to kill her, and like had Hammerhead put a bomb in her car. That's her father right there, Count Nefaria, and then he was just under her spell from there on out. And she talked about how much she wanted to
This
kill
dude?
him. Yeah,
That's not Doctor Strange?
no, that's Count Nefaria.
Why does he look like Doctor Strange?
They're very similar. But yeah, it was a dumb. The worst part of it though was number 43. I don't have a physical copy of 43 because I couldn't find it in a store, so I read it online. But the whole like big deal about Gang War was that Kingpin was returning to New York, and he came to New York and had this big fight with Tombstone and Spider-Man and She-Hulk. And then after the fight was over, or the fight wasn't even over, he just said, "All right, guys, I'm good." And they were like, "What's going on?" And he was basically like, well, he got married to this woman anyways, but after the fight had ended, he was basically like, "Yeah, we've had some marriage problems. It was just nice to kind of take it out on some people." And then he just left. He had nothing to do with the story. And I was like, really? You hyped up this big Kingpin return for nothing for that? But so it wasn't as bad as the Dark Web. The Dark Web was utterly stupid. This one ended utterly stupidly, but there were some cool moments in it, so I can appreciate it. I want to go read the Shang-Chi Gang War books, but I also got 2 Face Similes, Spider-Man 252 and 253. This is the first appearance of the Venom suit, and this is the second appearance of the Venom suit. They're both pretty cool, very interesting. I think story-wise, this one's cooler just because of what
But the
happens.
rumors are true.
Mm-hmm. The rumors are true. But, yeah, this is before Spider-Man turns evil. But he still has the Venom suit.
I don't like evil Spider-Man ever. I'm not a big fan of like the host stuff. Like, come on, just talk your way out of it. Come on, you're
Yeah.
Peter Parker. Come on.
It's best done, and I think this is part of the
Stupid
reason why I love Spectacular Spider-Man, the cartoon, so much. Just because they do Venom the best way possible with Spider-Man.
Hey, I need to watch it just for Venom because I've never liked Venom.
It is.
He's always been my least favorite Spider-Man of like the main villains.
If you do watch it, let me know, because for some reason they have an episode out of order on the Disney Plus thing, and it's one of the best Venom episodes they have, and they have it at the end of the season of the series for whatever reason. It's supposed to be like a completely different episode. I don't know why they did that, but
odd.
it is odd. But it is.
We've got a bunch of.
It's far and away the best Venom interpretation ever. Like it's sick. So it's really cool. Not even just like Venom as a villain, but Spider-Man as having the symbiote himself. It's done very, very, very well, which I like. But that's besides the point. I just wanted to show off my new comic books. So.
That's fair.
Talk about Gang War. I'd also like to say I have a video coming out tomorrow, so y'all go watch it. Those who are watching. I'm not proud of it. I'm proud of it. I'm not happy with the outcome because I wanted to put all the different theme songs in there. but JJ informed me you're probably gonna get copyrighted if you did that, and so I went and looked to make sure the songs were copyrighted, and they were, so I can't use them in my video.
I don't get how I see so many YouTubers use so much of songs. I'm like, how do you get away with this?
Part of it is if it is copyrighted, but they can let you use it. Some companies, you look at like a copyright claim, which we have some of those in our videos, to where basically if you want to monetize that video, you can, but you don't get a violation. And then there are some that they just won't allow you to use it all, and you get a violation.
Which is like, I hate copyright stuff. It's so dumb. It's like,
most YouTubers who do use like music like that, they're making enough money from sponsors and stuff like that where it doesn't matter. And with us, we're not even making money off these videos, so it doesn't matter either. We just
it's just annoying because it's like people have different talents, and my talent is not making music. So if I can't, music is essential in like every single creative output.
Mm-hmm.
So why just? I mean, I get that it's like your song and you want to make money off of it, but like,
well, just let me use it.
let me put it in my video. I can say, hey, this is whatever by whoever. Do you know how many songs I've found because of YouTube?
Yeah.
Tons. Like, there's one song, it used to be Pyrocynical's outro music, and then they copyrighted him, copyright struck him, and he had to go through every single one of his videos and change the song. And it used to be his outro song, and I waited till the end of every single video just to listen to the song. And then eventually I found the song, and now I listen to it. And now it annoys me whenever I listen to it, because I'm like, it was free publicity. Like, the thing that bothers me is I'm not watching the YouTube video because of the song. If it's like a re-upload of a song, I get that. But if your song is the background music for a video, I'm not gonna like, ooh, the Suicide Squad review. I really hope it has Stick Season by Noah Kahan in it. Yep, I'm gonna watch it just in case. That's stupid.
Mumbo jumbo. What do you mean by that?
I don't know what he means by that.
What do you mean by that? Mumbo jumbo.
Mumbo jumbo. But yeah, I hate copyright.
Yeah, it's dumb, but it's okay.
It's okay. They have free, royalty-free YouTube music, which some of them are actually pretty good.
Some of them are right. I had to use them in my video because
I personally will not be releasing any videos before spring break. I wish that I would.
Yeah.
I've been working on a script for a while, but it's taking forever.
With you and JoJo being gone for spring break and me and Colton having nothing to do, we said we're going to film at least 20. We're not actually going to film 20. We just made that joke. We probably won't even film any knowing us, but hopefully we need to film another brain search.
You need to do one.
Our first brain search video got over 1,000 views.
I'm going to give a look.
That's freaking insane. The second one has 420, but last time I checked, but
Yeah, 429.
how did that get 1,000 views? I didn't know brain search was that big of a deal.
It hit like when you make the niche things,
Yeah.
it hits the niche.
The niche. I didn't know brain search was niche. I didn't know people still cared about
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm saying. That's why it's niche, because it's
Yeah.
so small. It has such a small audience that everybody's gonna see it. Mumbo Jumbo is a YouTuber who had a song at the end of his videos, and he had to go back and take down all the ending of the videos. Yeah. Okay, I used to I had a bunch of pyro videos downloaded on my computer, my Compidio.
Your computer. Your
My
Nintendo
computer. Because I couldn't use YouTube on my computer at school, so I would download YouTuber videos and rewatch them and stuff constantly.
Yeah.
And while in the middle of that is when the outro changed, and so I had some of the original videos with the old outro, and I would go back and watch them. I was like, this sucks, and now I have to listen to that song. I gotta cue it.
You should listen to "Witness Me" by Jacob Collier and Shawn Mendes. It's really good
Should.
song. And the rap verse is a Christian rap verse, which was
That's
sick.
nice.
That was a really cool.
Spider-Man video has 1.5 thousand.
Yeah.
We need to make videos again.
It's crazy that the praise version videos is almost caught up. Not really. Still has to get 500 more, but still, I just think that's funny.
Yeah. My 3 videos all have over 200 views.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about that.
The only reason the Spider-Man one was not a well-made video. It's just a popular thing at the time.
And you put it out fast.
I had to get it out fast because I was already behind because so many people had finished the game already. I think it took me 2 weeks to finish the game, which was slow compared to the first game I played. But there was like a lot of stuff going on when I got the game.
You were in college this time.
So I had to. So I just had to like make a quick video. I didn't even I wanted to go in and pull the moments I was talking about for each thing, but I just didn't have time to go through my videos and do that. So I just took one of the times I streamed and put it up there and just talked over it. Unfortunately, but it still got a lot of views and
Yeah.
and so it did its purpose. So
Did good.
it's okay. That it was a crappy video.
And we may never know if you had spent more time and waited to put it out, if it would have done better or worse. Because better video, but longer out of the span of release might have ended up hurting it. So who knows?
Yeah, I was just trying to get it out before no one cared about it. Because no one's talking about Spider-Man 2 anymore. So, which I still haven't 100% of the game, which I need to do. I'm like at 80-something %. But yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Everybody's talking about Helldivers right now.
Mm-hmm.
I have that game.
Is it fun?
Yeah, it's okay.
I
I don't dislike it. It's just
I've been dying to play Gartic Phone recently. But
I thought we were gonna play on Colton's birthday, but we didn't.
Yeah. Sorry.
Nice. No, I was just impressed.
My toe does that. Which I think is cool. I never did anything to it, it just does it.
Nice. Mine kinda does. Mine doesn't make the noise.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of anything else cool to talk about.
Prayburn was interesting last night because I got there like 7:05, a little bit late because I was finishing my Japanese homework, and so I raced over there, and then I don't know, like Trace was singing as he does, and then when I walked in, Colin had like an opening prayer that he did, and then at some point somebody else walked over there, got the mic and said something, and then while he was talking, Trace like stepped away from the piano and then like just got down on his hands and knees, and I was like, this verse is hitting him. He's feeling it. And then when the dude finished talking, Trace just stayed there, and I was like, oh.
So was there no worship for a while? Or did
For
someone
most
else?
of it. Colin went over, got the mic, and he was like, he started talking, and he was like, you can feel the heaviness in the room, and I was like, yeah. And then Matthew was talking about, he said that he was walking through the back and was praying for something, and then he instantly got the answer and was like, and then that's when everybody like stopped singing, or he stopped singing, and then Colin started praying about the heaviness, and he was like, yeah, I knew. And he was talking about how there was somebody in the room who was burdened, and I was like, who is it? I think it's me. Who is it? Who is it? Please don't tell me it's me. And I think it was me. Because I was burdened. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, that was cool. So I hadn't really experienced one like that.
Yeah.
And like I just kept going. I just was praying, reading my Bible and stuff, and every once in a while somebody would like start saying a verse, and I didn't have the confidence to speak up in front of everybody, which makes me a loser, I know.
Doesn't make you a loser.
Because like I had good verses I wanted everybody to hear, but
I went against my better judgment this week, and send a verse in a group chat that you're in, just because
I
it-
greatly enjoyed
and,
that verse.
I was like, I need to share this with somebody. So I was just like scrolling through my text messages. It's like, who would appreciate this? And I saw the Men of God group chat, and I was like, I'll do it here. So I sent it, and
Me and Connor.
you and Connor liked it, but I was like,
Caden doesn't answer his texts.
yeah, I don't even know who Caden is, but
He's a good guy.
I was just like, I need to share this with somebody because that verse hit me hard. I was like,
Isn't
praise
JJ
God.
the other person in that group?
I think so,
Yeah.
but I was, yeah.
That verse hit. I went while I was at prayer burn. I went and found it and underlined it in my Bible because it was really good.
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna be your verse today.
No,
that
was just I read it. I think
Yeah,
it was that was Monday.
Yeah, it
and,
was.
And I was just like, man, who can I share this with?
I'm glad you shared
Just
it
praise
with me.
God. But
At least it was a sleeper hit. But yeah, did that, and then yeah, it was interesting. Someone walked in late and was sitting behind me, and then afterwards, Colin came up to me, prayed for me again, and said, we need to get coffee. And he said, I'm serious this time. When you get back from your study abroad, we're going to get coffee. And I was like, I'm going to hold you to that. And then the girl sitting behind me heard me say that I was going to Spain, and apparently she knows somebody that's in Spain right now. So I ended up talking to her. She seems super cool. But yeah, she was telling me it was her second time coming, and she went last week, and I was like, oh, I didn't go last week.
yeah,
So I was like, yeah, they haven't ever done anything like this, by the way, like just no music. She's like, oh, that's so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool, cause like I've been where she was saying like she just kind of came one day, cause she had been invited a bunch and always just said no, and she was like, I might as well give it a shot, and I was like, changed your life, didn't it? And she was like, yeah, I ain't missing it again. And I was like, yeah. She said that like she had fallen asleep and then she woke up at like 7:30 and just raced there
yeah.
in her pajamas, and I was like,
Real?
That's real. That's real. It's dedication right there.
Sleeping in your pajamas. I don't do that. I'm just joking. That's not what I meant by real. But
But yeah,
napping in your pajamas is another thing too. It's crazy. I'm fixating on the wrong thing, but
so yeah, and then after Trace got back up there towards the end of it and like told everybody to stand up, so we ended up ending in song, and it was good. Sang for like 20 minutes. It was really good.
Yeah.
And I was in the like, dang it. Every time he started slowing down, I was like, oh, this is the end. No, don't let it end. But then you kind of pick it up. So we sang for like 20 minutes. Do I need to do a demonstration?
if you'd like.
He sang "Worthy is the Lamb."
Who
and
was slain?
Holy forever. And one other one. There's one song that they do that I don't know the name of. It's like the fragrance song. Is it a fragrance?
Oh yeah.
That one. But yeah, he did those, and then eventually it ended, and I just sat back down and went back to praying
Nice.
for a little bit because I was having my moment.
Mhm.
And then eventually I was going through my Bible, reading some stuff, and then Colin came over and started talking to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, prayer room was really nice last night. And then, but when I stood up after I talked to Colin, Matthew was gone. I was really upset. I was like, dang, I wanted to talk to Matthew. I mean, I was meeting new people, which was nice, but like, I was like, where's Matthew?
Matthew.
And then eventually me and
Matthew's so cool. I love Matthew.
I do too, dude.
He's so
I love
awesome.
him. Me and, her name's Skylar. Me and Skylar were talking, and it was like 9:30, and then Matthew, Rob, and Trace came in and kicked us out, and I was like, Matthew!
He's back.
I missed him so much. I didn't get to talk to him. I felt like I would have never forgiven myself if I had gone to a prayer burn Matthew was at and not talked to him. It would have been like so disappointing. But then I got to talk to him,
Yeah.
and he told me he was like he was like, guess what I've been working on. I was like, extravagant. And he was like, you guessed that really fast. I was like, Caleb told me. I'm very
I
excited.
feel like I wasn't supposed to tell you that now. He never told me not to tell you. He showed it to me though. He said it's really good.
Yeah, he told me it wasn't. And I said I don't believe him.
He also told me it wasn't good. He doesn't. It's the same with everybody. Like when you sing and you hear your own voice, you hate it. And that's what. And I love Matthew's voice, but he was saying that
Maybe I have a good singing voice.
maybe, but he was basically saying that it was just his voice that he didn't like, and I was like, sounds good to me, dude. I think.
As somebody that likes Matthew's voice
Yeah.
and really wants a version of Extravagant that's him,
They're definitely.
that'd be my most listened to song of the year.
Well,
ever.
when we were talking about it, I definitely like I told him like there are some parts that like you could re-record because it's a little pitchy, but like your voice sounds fine. He's like yeah and I was saying that too, which since we're talking about it, me and Matthew recorded on Friday last week, and that was so much fun. Recorded one song that I kind of like and one song that I really like, and yeah, it was fun. And then we talked about music for a while. And I told him as a thank you, I would take him to eat, and he suggested Blue Toast. So
I haven't done that.
we haven't done that yet. I don't know when we're gonna do it because spring break's coming up, and
Do
he's
it tonight.
doing his leadership training. I can't tonight; I have church, but
Looks like I won't be going.
well, it'll be after spring break.
If I wait till after spring break, I can show up.
Yeah, because I don't think I'm gonna be here for spring break unless. I don't know. Colton stays here. Lauren, I'll be gone this weekend because Lauren will be back. She has to go back for softball on like Monday. So there's really no point of me being in Caledonia. There's no point in me being here either unless Colton's here. But I don't know where Colton's gonna be.
You can really get some videos out if you're here by yourself.
Yeah, but I'd be making content by myself, and that's not as fun.
But I'm sure Colton will be here for
Yeah.
most of it.
I hope.
Because
So.
Aaliyah's not going home. I'm assuming.
Oh,
Maybe.
she's going to the beach.
Oh.
She's gonna go Gulf Shores with friends, so she won't be here.
Never mind. He'll probably still be here.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
Him and
he's-
JJ
I
go
forget.
home the least.
I forget he's in the.
before, but
I forget he's in the comments.
He
So-
might not be watching anymore.
Yeah.
He hasn't commented in a little
Thought
bit.
maybe he would say something like, "Yeah, I'll be here, Caleb." Yeah,
Yeah, he's not watching anymore.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna go home for at least the first half, and then I'll figure something out from there. But
I would be going home, but I'll be in Sevilla, España.
Sevilla, España.
Sevilla, España. Very excited, very nervous.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Me and JJ told each other that we were like, yeah, really need to start packing. And he was like, I'm gonna start setting out an outfit a day. Neither of us have done that.
And I keep, oh dude, it's one of the things I was talking to Colin about. I was like, yeah, I keep stressing myself out because I'll have a bunch of schoolwork I need to do, and then I'll start thinking about, oh, I leave for Spain on Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't started packing. Oh, I haven't started thinking about that. I don't have anything prepared for that.
Yeah.
And then I'll start to think about how I have work Thursday night, and then I'll start to think about how I'm traveling by myself for the first half, and then I'll start to think about how I don't want to leave my car at the airport, so somebody has to drive me there. Colton said he would, but I don't want to, I don't know when I want to get to the airport, because I would like to not get there at midnight, because then I'd be sitting in the Columbus airport for 6 hours doing nothing, which doesn't sound like a fun time. But I also don't want Colton to have to wake up at 3 in the morning and drive me to the airport.
Yeah.
So, worst of every world here. I'm really stressed out.
Are you flying back into GTR, or are you flying into somewhere?
Yeah, I'm flying in the GTR.
Yeah.
So,
That's.
maybe I'll force Matthew to come pick me up on his motorcycle, and then we can go to
Yeah,
Casa
did he tell
Brava.
you about his car?
Uh-uh.
He got his base. It's not totaled yet, but they said they might have to total it if they can't fix it. He got rear-ended, so he can't drive his car anywhere. He showed me the damage. It's bad.
How rough was he rear-ended?
Pretty rough.
Like, to total a car, that you gotta...
It's not totaled yet, but he doesn't know they're gonna be able to fix it because the frame is like completely in the back, bent out.
That's wild.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
I forgot what he told me, but yeah,
I thought he didn't have a car anymore, honestly.
he still has it. He might not.
He was driving a car last night.
Was it? Maybe he got fixed already. I don't know.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, it was a stupid statement to say because while I was leaving, I watched him get into a car.
Maybe borrowed somebody. I don't know.
That's possible.
Or it already got fixed and it wasn't, and they were able. I don't know. It was pretty badly damaged. I don't think it could have gotten fixed from Friday to today, but could be.
They're normally 1 day fixes if they can fix them. Like they take a day to fix the car.
Mm.
It's just most car places have so many cars they can only. It takes them forever to do.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm just glad he's okay.
Yeah, he's
Mine too.
I don't know what I would do without Matthew.
Yeah. His banana bread's really good.
It is. I told him it was really good. I actually said, I forgot to mention it, but the banana bread is delightful.
Delightful.
I just felt like delightful was the right
You can
term to
taste the
use.
love it's made with.
Yeah.
I laugh. It crackled me when he gave it to me. He's like, when you take this home, tell Caleb and JJ it's made with love. And I was like, I will. And I was like, JJ's not gonna eat it, but I'll tell Caleb it's made with love.
Yeah, you can taste it.
You can taste the love.
The chocolate chips are an odd addition to banana bread.
I
but
like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad anyway. Like chocolate covered bananas are really good, so it makes sense. I've just never thought about it. It's
Yeah.
good.
It is really good.
I think I prefer it without, but it's one of those things that's like me saying I prefer it without is in no way saying it's bad. It's saying like banana bread. The banana bread I have is my mom's, and my mom's an incredible chef, and she makes perfect banana bread. So like, it would be like if somebody made me a blueberry pie. Me saying it's not as good as my mom's isn't an insult in any way. Or like my mom's birthday cake. You ain't beating my mom's birthday cake. That's just a fact of life.
sorry. I was thinking about cobbler. When anyone says pie, my mind instantly goes to cobbler.
That's fair.
That's just me. I like pie, also, but
I'm a cobbler guy.
So yeah.
I want a pie. I want a peach pie. I want a peach. You want a pie? I want a cobbler. Peach cobbler. We'll get you a birthday cobbler.
I told him to let me know next time he makes banana bread. And he also said that he thought this one was a little dry, and I was like, well, I thought it was good.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think it can be better, feel free to make me more.
I'm never gonna deny.
I will.
banana
I was
bread.
like, I'll be your guinea pig of testing your banana breads if you need me to. I think he's in on that idea.
yeah.
But
Mm.
he'll be leaving for 3-4 weeks, however long it was. Matthew, no.
Where's he going?
Mexico.
He told me he wasn't going to Mexico anymore.
Oh well, he
He's-
did. He did not tell me. So
He said that he was doing. They stay in. He's doing some type of leadership training right now. He said he's staying for that, but yeah.
I didn't get to talk to him last night.
Yeah.
The only thing we really talked about was the music. And now I feel nice because me and Trace know each other.
Mm-hmm. I talked to Trace a little bit at a baseball game, which was nice. He had his child with him.
Oh, that's nice.
She's cute. She's just running around, being a child.
Children.
Yeah.
My friend has a child.
Yeah.
Yeah. He walked up while I was talking, and he was like, "Caleb, love you, bro." I was like, "What's up? What's up?"
Appreciate you, bro.
And then I felt so in. Matthew said that him and Trace were going to Rosie's, and I turned around and said, "I thought you were never going to Rosie's again." He was like, "My options are pretty limited." I was like, "Fair enough." And then they ended up changing their mind. They went to Stagger Inn, but so yeah, I was just like, I'm so in the know. I'm so cool.
I have friends that I don't live with.
This is incredible. I've never felt this before. Friends that live in the same town as me, but not in the same house? What is this? This is crazy.
Yeah. Every time I get put in a new group for school stuff, I'm like, okay, this is it. I'm gonna make friends. Then I meet them and I'm like, nope.
Actually,
I
no.
don't want to.
I've changed my mind.
Dude, that dude in my group was annoying the freak out of me, dude.
I wanna meet this guy. He sounds incredible.
His name's Dante, and he's tall, and has long curly hair, wears a cap, and he's obsessed with soccer. And
and he's down bad.
He's down bad too. And then like the 3 guys that are in the group that aren't me, they're like have been friends throughout the entire class, and their jokes that they make with each other, I don't know if it's just that they're inside jokes and I don't get them, but they're just not funny. Like, and it could just be that they're inside jokes.
Sometimes
they make no
I think
sense
about
to me.
that. Like when I say stuff, like me and Daniel have a butt ton of inside jokes, and if we say stuff around other people,
Yeah.
they're probably just like,
What?
huh? That's
But-
not funny. Why are you laughing at that?
The girl in our group was just like nervously laughing at all of them, and I was just like, I just looked back and forth between her and them. I was like, I want to ask her, like, do you actually get what they're talking about, or are you just laughing along? I'm not gonna do that because I don't. If she does get what they're talking about, then I look like a loser who doesn't understand their jokes.
And if
But-
she doesn't, you look like a jerk
Yeah.
for saying
Calling
she's
her
fake
out.
and
Yeah.
calling her out. Yeah.
So I'm not going to.
You
but
lose
I'll,
on
I'll,
that one.
I'll want to, but
Sometimes when I hear other people talking, I'm like, it makes me think like they're remarkably unfunny. I wonder if people ever hear me talking to my friends and think about this.
Yeah.
Think this way. But yesterday, while I was standing,
bless you.
I picked a bad spot for Dr. Cliff. Not because I was towards the front because I got there early, and it was like a small circle when I got there. But people, by the time I like was there for a little bit, when I turned around and like look, there was like a row of like 5 people behind me. I was like, oh yeah, I can't just like walk out easily. I have to like maneuver my way out now. But I knew that some people were coming up behind me because these like frat looking guys came up, and oh gosh, every time they spoke, I wanted to lose my temper. I wanted to lose my temper. But like, I couldn't tell if they were like, I couldn't get anything out of them. Like I couldn't tell if they were Christians who were making jokes, frat guys who saw a crowd, realized what they were talking about and making jokes, or just idiots who weren't funny. Because like one of them was like, dude, you need to raise your hand and just scream, Jesus was gay, and I'm like, that is so
Not funny.
unfunny.
Yeah.
Like that's just not funny.
That's not funny.
I don't get what the joke was. Like, who are you trying to offend? Christians?
Or gay people.
Gay people? Who? What?
I think both would get pretty offended.
Like, I don't get like.
That's just not funny.
And they kept going with stuff like that, just like nonstop. And I was like, I just shut up and leave.
Well,
And they had douchebag frat looks and.
yeah. Speaking of Jesus being gay, not really, but Bisson talked about Calvinism in class yesterday.
That's cool.
Yeah, he never gave like his stance on it. He says he sees like there's scripture that backs it up and there's scripture that goes against it. But he basically said his big point, which is what I kind of agree with for the most part, was that functionally it makes no difference whether there is a predestined elected or there's not. You're still going to do the same things as far as prayer and worship if you believe, like, you know. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. He says he said that it's a man-made principle that creates unnecessary division. He sees like the merit in it though, but he was just like it creates. He said there's just no difference in how we're gonna live our lives, whether it's real or whether it's not, or whether it's a true principle or not. But
Yeah. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
It's interesting, but I don't believe in it personally.
I don't either.
It's one of those things that like it's like a tertiary issue kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it could be seen as a secondary issue, but it's like it's not important enough that it should ever be the topic of discussion with like a new believer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or somebody that you're ministering to. Like you shouldn't ever walk up to somebody and be like, "Hey, so I believe that
Calvin.
God chose people. Whether or not you're one of them, I don't know. But do you want to believe? Like that would be freaking wild."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of my stance on that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess it's probably because I've lived 20 years of my life, or not 20.
Yeah.
Most of my life believing that anybody can get to heaven because that's what the Bible says. And that's the interesting part because I mean, like Connor's a Calvinist,
Mhm.
and like Delarian's a Calvinist. This was Delarian's last Sunday, by the way.
Yeah.
Depressing.
JJ told me about that.
Yeah, it was really sad. But like on both sides of it, like since there's like arguments for it in the Bible, there's also verses that just like strongly go against it, which I think the evidence for those are a lot stronger than the ones that go for it. But it's like on both sides, people just essentially have to go like, well, the verses that say predestined don't mean that type of predestined, and then Calvinists have to go, well, the verses that say everybody who believes are actually the elect. I'm like, well, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Why would it say everybody and not those who I've called or whatever? There are verses that say those who I've called.
There was one verse, I don't remember what it was, that Vincent showed us. It was really funny because it said, whoever comes to me, they are mine when my Father, to whom my Father chooses, or something like that. It was weird, and Vincent's like, this is one that, like, you could look at the whoever comes to me.
Yeah, like...
or you can look at the whom my Father chooses.
Yeah, like that one. It literally, you can argue it both ways.
Yeah. Which I mentioned it at work because we got pretty deep at work about stuff. Which I don't know if I've ever told you about Mark. He's not a religious guy in the slightest. He grew up as a Christian, but he basically talked about how his family was like super strict and religious that it just like turned him away from it. So when he got to college, he decided he was done with it, and then he didn't believe, and he said he went back to believing for a while, and then he just chose not to. So now he's just like not religious at all. But we got deep into it a little bit because he basically we were talking about, I don't know how we got off on stuff. We were talking like about existence basically, and like how we know that we do this, and we started like backing up to like different theories and everything, and I was like, we should just go all the way back to Adam and Eve and start from there and figure out like stuff. And he was like, well, that's not true. And I was like, okay, well. And then he apologized, like, I didn't mean to, like, you know, he's a really nice guy. He's not one of those like atheists that, or I guess atheism is technically a religion now, which makes no sense.
That's dumb.
But he's agnostic basically, but he's not one of those agnostic that's like a jerk about people who believe in stuff. Like, he's normally pretty nice about it, and he'll talk to me about it and stuff. So he apologized for saying that. He was just like, I didn't mean to like make fun of your religion or anything. It just came out, and I was like, nah, you're good. He did say that I'd be a cool person to like have a theological conversation about with. I told him, let's do it. So he said one day we're gonna sit down and actually talk about stuff. And I was like,
that's a dub.
hold you to it. So
that's good.
Yeah, but
yeah, there was something I was gonna say.
Which I hate that he's not, because he's like, I'm not a Christian, because he's like one of the coolest guys I've met, and he's super nice and everything. But
yeah,
he's probably like the nicest person I've met that is a non-believer. Like I haven't met too many non-believers that I know of, but the few I have met are just like jerks about it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird.
Stuff like that, how he was a believer and then stopped and then became one again, like that's something that I think disproves, or not, it's evidence against Calvinism, because like one of the 5 points is like, I don't know like the word for it, but it's if you are one of the elect, if you hear it, you believe it, and you can't lose that.
Yeah.
Which I do believe that you can't lose your faith, but deconstruction is a real thing, and it just means your faith was never real to begin with.
Yeah.
But then that would mean, it doesn't make sense to me, because how could the whole like planting the seed thing would make no sense, because if somebody hears it and they believe it, then it should be like a pretty fast thing. Deconstruction doesn't make sense, because if you hear it and believe it, how could you then go against it for a time in your life ever? But then there's people like Lecrae who like, he was like, yeah, no, I completely deconstructed, but that was dumb of me. Like his song Deconstruction is my favorite song by him. I love that song because it's like so out there. I like when when Christian rappers talk about their issues,
Mhm.
it's so much better than, I mean, not so much better, but it's better than just like the hype stuff.
It makes you like connect with them more. 'Cause
Like
most Christian
Shame by
artists-
Andy Minnie, that's one of my favorite songs ever.
Most Christian artists don't talk about their issues as much as it's just like contemporary Christian music where it's, oh, I'm a sinner, but God, like Jesus forgive me. They're great songs. I'm not saying they're not,
Yeah.
but like Christian rappers, they'll get like serious in their about what stuff they go through, and it's so relatable.
Yeah.
And that's why I like Christian rappers. Like there's so many songs Andy Mineo has that I relate to, and it's nice.
But yeah.
I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to.
So stuff like that, like people obviously like have like a faulty faith or whatever.
Yeah.
But if they can come back, how do you bring that into Calvinism? Like, how does that make any sense? Because does that mean that they're not one of the elect and eventually they'll probably lose their faith again and they're
Yeah.
going to hell? Or does that mean they are and there's one of the points of Calvinism that's just not true because you can hear it and not believe it, or believe it for a little bit, think you believe it,
Yeah.
and lose it? Because with Calvinism, you cannot. The whole like, if you're one of the elect, you hear it, you believe it thing just makes zero sense to me.
Yeah. For sure.
So
And it, yeah. But,
I also think it's like, I think it would be really. I mean, that's to like a new believer, or even to a believer that doesn't know what Calvinism is.
Mhm.
Bringing it up for the first time would be like airdropping them in Russia and leaving them there. Like, just massive shock, like culture shock. I don't know why I chose Russia. I don't have anything against Russia. It was just, I was going to say Japan, but I didn't want
He said Russia.
my personality to be Japan again. I always talk about Japanese things on the show.
He does.
Airdropping them in Japan and just leaving them there. It would be a big culture shock.
Yeah.
But like you're just like, oh yeah, by the way, I believe that the loving God that we both talk about willingly chose to send half of the world to hell. And then what percent of people go to heaven or hell? How does he choose? Blah, 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 blah. Because we talked about it in like Old Testament, that it's not based off the person. Like Noah didn't deserve it. Moses didn't deserve it. Blah, 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 blah. So-and-so didn't deserve it. We talk about all these people. So like, how would God choose? Is it random? No, that doesn't make sense. I don't know. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
That's the biggest thing for me is how could a loving God look at like a list of names and say, yeah, Caleb Griffin doesn't cut it. Sorry, bro. You're out.
It would literally, if that was true, someone's chatting. I don't know who that is. It's one of those things that, like, if it was true,
How did a discussion about sausage and bacon turn into a testimony about God?
we
Well,
we got off topic.
We titled the episodes based off a poll that we do at the beginning of the episode. But this, yeah.
We basically got into.
We talked about our life, and
A
some
little
things in
bit.
our life were about Calvinism. And now we're
It
talking
kind of
about
went like bacon used to be my personality, and then from there we went to your friend having a child.
my friend had a baby.
And then we went from that into your week where we talked about your prayer burn
Prayer burn.
experience, and then we got to talking about Cliff being on campus and doing stuff. And then I talked about Bisson, and since Calvinism's been a hot topic in our house recently, he talked about it, so I wanted to mention that. And then we talked about Calvinism and why we agree or disagree. We both disagree, but
Yeah.
yeah.
If you want to hear the bacon sausage, that's
Just go
that's
all the way-
towards the beginning.
Go to the beginning of the episode. Yeah,
So yeah,
bacon one.
bacon
If
one.
you
Spoiler
wanted
alert.
to know.
We can talk about bacon again.
I'm fine talking about bacon. But yeah. One of the things that before we get back into bacon, that hurts me about Mark stories, the same thing with my cousin Sam, is that there are so many Christians out there that just preach false doctrine, and that it's more about your works than it is your faith. And so when you do something wrong, they're the first ones there to be you're basically going to hell. And that really upsets me because that's what happened to Mark, which he told me about. He was like, yeah, I would mess up one thing, and then my grandmother would be like, yeah,
Yeah, that's what I don't like.
and the same thing with my grandmother. My grandmother will pull things out of the Bible just to fit her own agenda. The whole thing that if you are, what happened?
Sia actually asks, Do you think Americans are or America is superior to other countries? Discussion topic. No.
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 No. I mean, in some ways, yes. In some ways, no.
I would choose to live in Australia or Japan over America.
I don't know if I go to Japan over America just because I don't know enough. You know more about the culture of Japan than I do. Australia probably. There are definitely some ways where it is.
I mean, I don't
There's
think right
other-
now that I would choose to leave,
Yeah.
but because I live here and I know people here. But no, I think all people are great equally. So
I mean, yeah, people wise, yeah, everyone's equal. But like
Well,
as a country,
as a
though,
country,
there's things America does better than other countries and things that they do a lot worse than other countries. So
Yeah.
it depends on like specifics. Like military wise, I think America has the best military in the world.
Yeah.
And they're superior in that regard than other places.
can you name the capital of Germany?
Oh, crap! It's not Berlin, is it?
I think it might be Berlin. Berlin. Final answer.
I'm not a geography major.
I'm not a geography major either.
That counts as geography.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is Berlin, but I could be wrong.
Berlin seems like the good one. That's what I was thinking. But
Mm-hmm.
Berlin. Final answer.
It's Berlin.
Um.
It's not going to be Berlin. We're going to feel stupid.
Yeah. That's okay. Earlier in the episode, I had to count on my fingers to 5. So, yeah. What were you saying?
But yeah, basically that. It just makes me like my grandmother. She does not believe that people of opposite races should be married or should ever get married, and her evidence for that is when God told Solomon not to sleep with people in another tribe, and the reason he told Solomon that was because that tribe was like worshiping false gods, and God was like, "You're gonna be tempted into doing that if you do that." So completely, it had nothing to do with the fact that they were different tribes. It had to do with what that tribe was doing. So
Yeah.
my mama uses that to say, she uses that to be racist, basically,
Which
And
is
it
stupid.
which is horrible and stupid, and it makes me mad. Like,
Good job, dude on the left.
am I on the left or is that you? See, this is why we're done.
See, you're on my left, so you're on the left.
Okay, you're on
But
the
in
right.
the video, you're on the right.
I did say Berlin first.
You said Berlin
And then
first,
you
so I'm
agreed
assuming
with
you're
me.
talking
So it
about
is Berlin. Nice.
Good job. We
So
did it.
yeah,
We banded together, and
Berlin.
you got the answer. Yeah.
but
It always makes me sad.
it's just
when-
like you're using the Bible to be racist, which is something the Bible appalls, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how can you do that? And it just makes me so
in
mad.
Islam, we believe that mixing among races is important and right.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
But-
Cliff,
Like, and that's the thing. Christianity, it's not a bad thing to do. Like, it's just my grandmother is my grandmother.
Odd.
Yeah,
to say the least.
but anyways, what were you saying about Cliff?
He at one point yesterday, somebody, dang it, what's the question?
Yeah.
Somebody asked him something, and then he brought up, like, if he like, it had to do with racism.
He was talking about like respecting life. He asked about cussing, and Cliff said if you cuss at someone, you're demeaning them
Yeah,
and you're tearing them.
treating
And God
them.
creates everybody beautifully. That's why racism is wrong. That's why
Sexism
sexism is wrong. All
Yeah.
that stuff is wrong, which he's right.
But yeah, no, this was yesterday.
Yeah.
There was an African American man standing there, and then Cliff walked up and he was like, "If I walked up and punched this man in the face, am I wrong for that?" And everybody's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I'm glad y'all think that's wrong, because that would be racist." And I was like, "Yeah, if you punched him, yeah."
Yeah.
The dude that he was talking to, he seemed like a really cool guy. I wanted to go over and meet him because at some point he asked a question himself, and then Cliff's son asked him what his like routine was, I guess would be the right word, and he was talking about like how he wakes up with like he like quietly has like quiet time,
Yeah.
quietly has quiet
Quietly
with
has quiet
God,
time.
and then at night he says like every night he like cries out in worship, and I was like, dang, that is so based.
Just face.
That is so cool. You sound like an awesome person. I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, but
Dude.
made some good points. But yeah, it always makes me sad when like I hear non-believers talk about how they've had too many bad
experiences
run-ins, and
with
I'm
Christian. I'm like, yeah,
they don't
that's
all
not.
suck.
Yeah, they don't all suck.
And like I've even in my Japanese class, every time the people are out there, I know that like the majority of them, if not, there's some that I know are Christians, but the majority of them are not Christians.
Right.
And like when the people are out there, that I always hear people talking about it. Yeah, the yelling people.
I hate those people.
I always hear people talking about it in my class, and I'm
it
like,
makes me mad.
I sit there and I always speak up. I'm like, oh yeah, no, they're terrible.
Yeah.
Please do not
Don't
listen
listen
to
to
them. They're
Like,
evil people.
In any religion, not even just Christianity, I believe it's wrong to try to scare people into that. Which is what the yelling pastors do. They tell you you're going to hell unless you do this, this, and this. And I'm like,
Somebody asked about them yesterday.
yeah.
And Cliff's answer was really good. He didn't. If I were asked that question, I would have answered it. They asked about how, if in Philippians, I think it's Philippians, Paul talks about how God can use anything, whether the gospel was being spread with ill intent or not, to spread the word.
Yeah.
And Cliff's answer was really good. He was telling like whether or not like they're doing it for ill intent doesn't matter if it's being spoken, if they're speaking the actual gospel. And my thing with that is like, you might be on a campus and these people come and like yell and curse you out, not like with curse words, but like harsh words.
Yeah.
And like tell you you're a disgusting vile monster for the things you've done and you're going to hell. Which like technically I don't sit and listen to them, but most of the stuff they say I'm assuming is like technically in a way true. Like yes, we're all sinners and going to hell, but the way you're doing it is so disgustingly evil that you are a vile monster and I want nothing to do with you. But I think that because of that, people can have discussions over that. And like you could talk to a non-believer about, hey, those are bad people.
Yeah.
Don't listen to them. And I think that's how the gospel can be furthered through that. Because you can talk to people about who might have a horrible experience with people like that, and you can be like, hey, that's not Jesus. That's not who he was.
That's like we're supposed to use Jesus as an example of how we're supposed to spread like the word of God, right? And Jesus always did it from a place of love, right? Yeah. And where they're coming from is not a place of love; it's a place of anger. In my opinion, maybe they are doing it in love, and they truly think this is the best way to spread the word. But
so they're idiots.
Yeah, but I mean,
Betty.
and it happens so much in Christianity, like in general, just 'cause we're so quick to like judge people for doing something wrong. Like I always go back to like the story of Jesus telling the adulterous woman, like, you're forgiven. Like we've lost so much of
without
that.
sin cast the first stone.
Yeah, like
they're doing that in Living Pictures this year.
We're so quick.
Carrington is the adulterous woman and she sings a song.
They did that with Heather one year.
Dude,
That was awesome.
When
she sang that song.
When when Carrington told us, I was like, please tell me you're singing Not Guilty.
Yeah.
Because Heather singing Not Guilty is potentially my favorite performance of any song ever in my entire life.
Yeah.
Like that song is incredible, and Heather's one of the best singers of all time. Mm-hmm. And like I think we've talked about this on Caleb AM.
We might have.
Probably around Living Pictures last year, but like she's not doing Not Guilty, but she's doing How Can It Be.
That's a great song.
It's a great song. But yeah, it's 8:10. We got class at 9.
We do have class at 9.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for joining us. See ya, actually. Fun to chat.
Always fun to chat.
We
We love having new people come on the show.
We do this every Wednesday
at
6:30 a.m. our time, Central Time. I don't know what time it is for you right now.
Yeah.
But same time every
Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
And if you are interested in the polls we do, that's just at the beginning of the episode, not the end.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Those typically take like 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then we just move on.
We talked about bacon for a while.
We did talk about bacon for a long time. Which is cool, because I like bacon.
I also like bacon.
Thank you guys for watching.
I'm
Caleb Griffin.
I'm Caleb Ladd.
You've been Caleb AM. It's now the part of the show where we go to class. So we'll see you guys next week.
Y'all got Caleb and...